I'm playing considerably more through Astral Chain, however. You said you booted it up and to make sure that it worked.
I bought a physical copy of Astral Chain in Japan because I did not have the space to install it, and I didn't feel like dealing with that overseas. I just wanted to play it on the plane.
Yeah.
So I did. I popped it in. Didn't know this until I was over there. Austin pointed out to me that you can buy Japanese Switch games, and not all of them, but many of them will treat it like an American game and just switch to the English language version when you pop in the Japanese
and Astral Chain's one of those because it has dual audio, it has dual language.
Fucking excellent. So had I known, I would have grabbed a couple of other things while I was there.
You just got to check which is which.
Yeah, they like the Guilty Gear physical collection is there, for example. That came out right when we were down there. Saw Astral Chain ads on the subway, so that was cool.
Very cool.
But no, I didn't get a chance to touch it besides just booting it up and making sure it worked.
So, continuing with the theme that I have established for myself in wearing their influences on their sleeves, this game's influences are tattooed on its balls. Okay? First of all, let's go with the obvious.
Balls are often very hidden, though.
No, these balls have no pants.
Okay.
Okay, are those just stands? Yes.
Can people see them?
No.
All right.
That's the moment where I'm like, that's just a stand, and people are like, it's not just a stand, and then it tells you straight up, people that don't have them can't see them. Which means things in the game happen like catch that criminal by encircling him with your chain. But to the outside observer, you just point at them and they fall over.
Yeah.
And cops go, thanks. They are just stands.
They're manifestations of your personality?
No, they're captured monsters.
Okay.
Which is where the first cutscene in the game takes place. The very first cutscene in the game, minor spoilers for the first 90 seconds of the game, is the process of turning a chimera, an evil, bad Kamen Rider monster, into a legion, a stand, basically. First of all, it goes from red to blue. That's very important. Red, bad. Blue, good. Second, it is a violent enslavement process that the chimera does not like. And how does the game show you that the chimera doesn't like it? It runs at the glass to the Gendo Ikari-looking motherfucker overseeing it and starts beating on the glass to try and kill him. And it is almost a shot-for-shot remake of Unit Zero trying to break through that shit. In addition, so they're not just stands, they're also Evangelions, because every single moment of gameplay in the game, the thing is trying to break free of its chains.
Okay, that's really cool.
And it is always clearly furious that it is enslaved.
Yeah.
And it is miserable, and it is an awful existence.
That's really interesting.
And more than that, and I don't want to, very early story beats, but it becomes very clear that if those chains were to, say, be removed, it would immediately try and kill you.
Yes, of course.
And you specifically.
Yeah.
Because it hates you.
Oh, for sure. Okay.
And it's real, like, you're like, yeah, I'm doing cool action. It's like, this is an evil that I have done.
Yeah.
This is a bad.
You, in Shin Megami Tensei, you negotiate with the demons.
And the reason the demons follow you is because you become physically strong enough that if they don't, you could beat them up.
Yeah.
Here, it's like very similar. If it could break free and kill you while you were asleep, it would do so in a heartbeat. It hates you, it hates you, it hates you.
But look at the cool combo.
And there's even a little mini game where you're like, clean your legion, and like clean little crystals off of it, like a petting mini game. And the thing is like thrashing around in fury and anguish.
That's awesome.
As you're doing it. I'm like, what is this?
I didn't know that flavor was there. Oh, that's really cool.
Also, it takes place in the Ghost of the Shell City. Ghost of the Shell City, Osaka, whatever. Like, it's the future. It's cyberpunk future.
Ghost of the Shell.
Yeah, Ghost in the Shell, whatever.
Okay, you're just saying that.
Yeah, I'm just saying
poorly.
It.
Okay.
I'm saying it bad.
Got it. Yes.
It takes place there,
yes,
Blade Runner. The plot is Ava. The plot, it's all of it. It's all of it. Do you like anime?
I'm
This is just an anime. And I remember seeing reviews going like, the story's kind of dumb. Like, no, the story's dumb on purpose. They made the story stupid on purpose. To the point where after the first mission ends, there is an anime opening that has, here's the theme, and
With the
here's
lyrics.
and it tells you the credits for the ED song in those opening credits. And that has a scene from almost, like, you know how we're like, don't watch the B-roll before on a title screen because it'll spoil shit? Holy fucking shit! This thing spoils like the whole game.
So,
Do you know who you see in the anime opening? You see Red Evil Cop.
okay.
I don't know who Red Evil Cop is. I see it there.
In the trailer, you see it too. I read Evil Cop is in the trailer. So, Wonderful 101 wears all of its references on its sleeve very, very clearly. And some of them are just platinum references to previous platinum things. Others are, like, much more just general. But, like, this is just continuing that.
So, the other thing so it's referencing the big anime, but it's also referencing platinum. If I were to point at a single game and say, this is the platinum game, it's this one.
It used to be 101.
It used to be 101, but now this is more. So here are some things that this game has that other platinum games have had. One, the sync attack system, where you attack and then you sync up with your legion to do a double team. It's actually just a wicked weave. Like, that's what it actually is.
Okay.
Dodge offset is built into the dodge system.
Okay.
You can move your legion independently, like away from you.
Yeah.
And if you encircle enemies, they will become chained. And you can use it to traverse the environment by wrapping it around objects and enemies. Oh, like 101's drawing mechanics. There is Zandatsu. I don't know if you knew that one.
No.
But there is blade time, rotate it to slash through Sundowner Shield's mechanics, and then once you hit the enemy enough, hit A to have your legion run out, grab the heart, pull it out, smash it, and regen your health.
Okay.
It's the platinum game.
Okay.
And it's great. It's also crazy, crazy long. I can't believe how long it is and how much stuff there is in it.
How long have you been playing it?
I have done 3 streams and played it for 18 hours, and I have beaten 5 chapters.
Holy shit.
Now, granted, take 6 of those hours off, like 5 of those hours off, because those are me replaying missions off stream, trying to find secrets, etc., right? But I would say it has taken me about 12 hours to just beat 5 of 11 missions. That doesn't include going back into missions to find the hidden slimes that unlock the hidden verses, if you would, to unlock new color palettes. It doesn't include going back to old missions. And, hey, you remember that door you couldn't open? Because you didn't have the Fist Legion?
Yeah.
Well, now you have the Fist Legion. Oh, there's a hidden boss fight behind, not like a verse, like a unique boss that is just hidden behind this wall.
Our stage is broken up into verses?
They are absolutely broken up into verses.
Okay.
And the game has a super robust chapter select because the game structure is actually very different from most Platinum games. Structure is, number 1, you're at the police base. You talk to people, you do fetch quests, you find toilet paper for the toilet fairy. You upgrade your stuff, you go to the training mode, etc., right? Step 2, go out into the field. Talk to people, do a little combat challenge, do a little puzzle with your legion, find information about the culprit, do a little cool detective minigame, whatever. Step 3, action. Just fucking fight. Go through a action game dungeon, right? When you go to chapter select, each of those are devoted into subfiles. And you can see this is the file that has all the action verses. This is the file that has, all the action files. This is the one that has all the investigation files, etc. There is so much there. And on top of that, I did a little digging. Once you beat the game, there are 11 story files. You unlock File 12. What's File 12? File 12 is 71 combat challenges that are no exploration, no story. It's just go run action shit in increasing levels of difficulty. It's not Bloody Palace because you complete them. These are not meant to be done in a shot. They're meant to be the post game.
But you're getting it before then.
Getting it before what?
They're meant to be the post game.
Yes. Once you beat the game,
Yeah.
you unlock like
All
what
that
would be
shit.
the Chrysler Building in Parasite Eve.
Okay. Sorry, because as you were talking there, I was just putting together, because, like, just real full-on, real talk. We just came up on the end of Bayonetta,
Yeah.
and I was just going, I wonder whether or not Astral Chain would be a good LP, right?
Astonishing.
And
A+. Do it.
and I was basically, like, from the plane to now, just kind of going. I was hoping to get a chance to play some of it on the plane to make that decision, but I didn't get that chance because I was just way too tired. But, like, the idea of going fully through this is something that I was like, well, maybe this would be the perfect timing and everything of that, considering, you know, like, fresh start for something.
Hey, I sent you a text message. You might want to check it out.
Okay. Because that was something that, of course, I need to figure out the time of, like, you know, for how long it would be and a bunch of other things.
It's really long.
And yeah,
It's actually really long. Like, if you were to LP it, I'm saying 25.
okay. Plus, I need to also, like, the way I want to definitely not have those kinds of three houses mistakes by, like, previewing the land a little bit, getting practice in where I need to, making sure that by the time recording comes around,
So here's the thing.
I'm not so in the dark that it becomes.
I would
like-
actually say that that's less important for this game to its detriment. There's a couple things I dislike. I think the controls are a little weird in a couple spots. I think they use the chip system for abilities on your Legion, but they're not definite. They're randomized, and you get a million of them, and they're actually hard to organize. But the biggest downside that I would give it is that I was talking to a good friend of mine, and they were going through it, and they were like, I feel like this game is really simple. I feel that this game is like kind of boring. I want to jump cancel. I want to do cool shit, but it's just, you know, and that's because mission 1, control your stand separately from you, right? Like, actually, so it's complicated. You're Carl Clovering it, essentially, right? Mission 2, there's a little bit more depth, but, like, it's pretty much all you have is combo and tell Legion to attack and encircle enemies, and that's it. At the end of the second mission, they unlock the real combat system, which includes your actual combo chain, your actual, like, sync mechanics, which you don't have in the first 2 chapters, and they sprinkle mechanics. Like, and the move list is actually really small compared to most Platinum games, but almost every move has a good use. But, like, for example, you have to get to upgrade level 4 on your sword or whatever to unlock the first and only delay attack.
Huh. Okay. And that's it.
That's it for delay attacks. You get a stinger, you get a circle.
It's not off of every chain. Like, you don't have a chain and then, like, every
Well, here's the
gap
thing.
you insert.
Human being moves are universal, but depending on the Legion you have equipped, it will do something different.
That's where the depth comes in.
Right.
Yes. Okay.
And
got it.
You learn essentially the same set of moves for your legions. There's a move called Perfect Call, which is call the legion right as you get hit, and then sync attack, and you'll enter into a totally invincible, super fancy animation, which is essentially a perfect parry.
Okay.
Right, stuff like that.
Yeah, I got to do homework. I got to do some homework, and I got to figure out what this is going to feel like, and I got to figure out just real talk whether people are going to be enjoying it when that comes up on episode 35. You know. But for me personally, I'm going to sit down and play this game no matter what's happening.
Yeah.
It's just a question of whether I'm hitting the record button or not.
I would say, this is really important, so far the coolest moment in the entire game happens before the combat unlocks. So if you did want to LP it, you wouldn't be able to get that much official hands-on practice because without spoiling that cool ass shit. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're talking about. You're saying that there's benefits to playing
there
it cold.
are a bunch of fucking crazy pop-offs
There's benefits to playing cold.
that you want to catch.
Yeah.
People like Woolie's squeals over the character action.
But do they like them more than they hate me not knowing what I'm doing the whole time and running into walls and not reading text because I'm trying to talk at the same time and ignoring plot things that are important?
We will continue this work conversation after the podcast.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah, because it's a long one.
You have to balance that in every game you choose.
Totally.
And in a game that's long like that, right, you just have to be real about it. Are you going to see a lot of people checking out that first episode and then immediately not caring afterwards when we're a couple months down the line?
Maybe. On the plus side, the game is like custom built for like a LP structure because every file lasts about 20 to 35 minutes.
Give or take.
And it's like, this is the episode where we talk to Lappy the dog, the station mascot, and go on adventures in the station. This is the episode where we go talk to people and make sure to throw out cans because littering is bad.
How much downtime between chapters?
Between chapters?
Yeah.
Like 0? I don't understand what you mean.
When you finish that 25-minute mission and then you go to start the next one.
Okay. So what happens is
what's the cleanup in between?
You're in the police station. You're talking blah blah blah. If you want to talk to everybody and you want to do all the little station side quests, 25 minutes, 30 minutes.
Okay.
Then you get on a motorcycle and then you're at the location.
Okay.
Where you got to find out there's a chimera. He blew up the bridge. Go talk to witnesses and find out about the bridge. And then you'll talk to a witness and go, that cat guy isn't around anymore. And you go, I don't think this is relevant at all.
Okay.
You know, like it is, and every mission so far is like that. It is hard divided between hanging out, magic crime, fight it now.
Okay, so it actually is conducive in that way.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Really funny thing, the game runs at 30 FPS. Which is kind of a surprise.
Yeah.
They do a lot of crazy shit with the hardware. Like there's this, like they have the best wet pavement effect I think I've ever seen, with all the neon coming down on it. Mm-hmm. Sometimes the game's frame rate chugs a little bit, which is why it's extra funny that how to put this. It taught me about something that I guess Platinum and other character action people have been doing for forever, but I hadn't noticed because it was a little more subtle. In Astral Chain, it's really, really obvious. Okay, maybe you'll fight like 5, 6 goons on the fancy neon-lit city street with 100 NPCs around. Maybe the frame rate will kick to 25 or 24, right? Yeah. On like a big fancy attack.
Yeah.
But when you're going through the subway level, and it's smoke everywhere, and then you exit out onto the subway part, where it's flanked by 2 subway cars and there are no particle effects of any kind and the stage is lit completely flat. You're like, I'm about to have a boss fight because they took every single graphical effect out of this room specifically so that the frame rate does not drop during this fight.
So this is a Switch game.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. You go to the astral plane, which is like cube dimension, and you can always see where you're going to fight because the area that has nothing. It's like a bloody palace
it's
stage.
It's the frame rate dimension.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
It's fucking hilarious.
Okay.
Because half the combat sequences take place in the frame rate dimension, and you know you're going there.
That's the best place to fight. I mean, you want it to feel good? You
gotta
feel good?
It's really overt, and it's very appreciated.
Right.
It's very appreciated.
Okay. Yeah, I'm full on scared of LP tax garbage.
The game's incredible.
All right.
If you were gonna LP a platinum game, this should probably be it.
I've been doing.
It's been I know. The director on this one was a designer on Nier Automata.
Yeah.
And you could feel it.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's got a good future ahead of him. Good video game. Here's the thing, and this is especially for you because I know what you like to do with your characters. You like to make the Woolly Lady OC. Here's the thing: you get to pick between a girl or a boy,
Akira or Akira.
Akira or Akira. Howard. Their name is Howard. So think of that before you go in. I didn't.
Yep.
I now wish I had changed my character's name. Ah, well. The character that you don't pick
becomes
becomes
sibling.
the one with all the voice acting and characterization.
Oh, okay.
The one you do will become a mute anime person.
Yeah, okay.
So, like, everybody's like, pick the girl. I'm like, I want the girl to be the character.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But that means I couldn't make, say, the Chie or what have you. So remember that if you do, you'll probably pick the girl anyway, but you will be dealing with anime Howard boy.
Or vice versa.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Can you customize both of them?
No.
You can only customize you.
Yeah, you can customize you, and then the other one will be the stock.
But they'll be talking.
Yeah, and you're twins. Which is extra funny if you make yourself look super weird or completely different. You're twins.
Wish it wasn't like that, but I guess it did.
It's a weird decision because it kind of. So, the game has no it doesn't have a Dante or a Bayo because it's just you. It's your creative character. The customization's really, really out there. Like you can, I unlocked a raven sits on top of your head.
Fuck yes.
Like thing.
Oh my god.
Like you can armor yourself up. You can take the cop clothes off and just go for like a K jacket look.
Oh my god.
You can change your pants.
Fuck,
you can change the
fuck,
color.
fuck,
You know, it's a whole thing.
Fuck. Okay. All right. You can change both. So
I don't know how to change the other
someone
one.
in the chat says you can change both. Okay.
I don't know how to do that. Somebody let me know how to do that.
All right.
But I think the default chick is pretty cool.
We're getting
Also, of note, this has
We're
been
getting-
going around a lot on the social media. Platinum Games has spent many development dollars
Yes.
on making sure that the crease of the booty shorts
Yes.
deforms appropriately when the female characters walk.
Well, I did hear
It's astonishingly detailed.
I did hear tell that this is in fact their most expensive game or their most AAA.
It feels it. I was talking on Twitter and I was like, this feels like the first Platinum game that didn't ship out the door with them going, fuck, we ran out of money.
Would have been scalebound, I imagine.
Yeah. But like this feels like the first Platinum game that I've played in which you play it and you're like, they got to do all the things they wanted to do.
Feels like Nintendo is being the nicest to them of all
Sure
the companies, even though they remain guns for hire.
Even though
Yeah. Okay.
it's a good fucking game.
Okay. Homework time.
Yeah.